All right, let's play some Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. A few things I'm going to try with this playthrough. We're going to try to not fight any random battles that are out of my way. And what that means is I'm going to try to go from story mission to story mission and only do story missions. If I run into a random battle on the way to a story mission, I'll fight it. I don't want to reload for like perfect random battle RNG or whatever. But we're going to try to do this as, I'm not going to say low level as possible, but as normally as possible. We're going to cut out the grinding. So we're going to play the PSP version of this game. It's patched to remove the slowdown issues. Now, if you've never played this game before, it's fantastic. Go play it. But this story is told in the future. But it's about the past. This historian is uncovering documents about the War of the Lions. And conventional wisdom is that a hero known as Delita did everything, became king, everything was hunky-dory. But his research uncovers a second hero, one that has been pretty much erased from history by the church. And his research even uncovers that the church excommunicated him, branded him a heretic. But it's said, or as it's theorized by him, that this guy did a whole lot more than Delita during the War of the Lions. And we're gonna just live out his journey. Alright, so default name is Ramza, which is good enough. Your birthday actually is important in this game. It's not super important, but it is important. We're gonna go November 1st. I want to be a Scorpio. That gives me neutral affinity with almost every boss, so I'll be doing normal damage. See, based on your date of birth, you're given a zodiac sign, and that zodiac sign determines how strong or weak you are against other people with other zodiac signs. So if you have a beneficial zodiac sign, you'll do about 25% more damage to that person. But if you have a non-beneficial zodiac sign, you'll take 25% more damage to them. Scorpio, I gave this chart a quick glance. It seemed like Scorpio was neutral for most all bosses, so we'll have a very normal experience. We may get an outlier somewhere, but for the most part, this should just be a standard game. Now, one of the things the PSP version of the game did was introduce these really amazingly drawn animated cutscenes. They're made to look like hand-drawn images come to life, like straight from a manga or something. The music of this game is still top-notch to this day. We begin the game with a scene of Princess Olivia praying for the fate of her kingdom. At this point in time, her father is dead, and there is a war of succession brewing. There's half the country believes that she should succeed the throne, but another half believes that one of her male cousins, I believe, should succeed. And we arrive as a set of mercenaries tasked to escort her safely to whatever her destination should be. You can tell right off, we're not a really noble bunch. Mercenaries, we don't hold our tongues, even in front of a princess. And our first task is to fend off the hired help of Duke Goltana, one of Olivia's uncles, I believe, who is challenging her claim to the throne. Now, in this tutorial battle, we're only allowed to control Ramza, and even then, even with the bad AI of this game, it's really hard to lose this fight. Agrias and Gafgarion are both very, very strong, with unique abilities that will just allow them to decimate the entire enemy team. But we'll help out where we can. So Agrias is bringing up a good point. Actual all-out war hasn't started yet. And if we actually kill all these people, it'll just give Duke Goltana an excuse to declare war, to declare civil war. But we're doing it anyway. Agrias and Gafgarion are a Holy Knight and a Dark Knight, respectively, and they have access to like magical sword abilities that inflict various status ailments. So as you saw there, enemies gain experience during the fight just the same as you do, and enemies can level up just the same as you can. So if you're not careful, an enemy can get too strong for you, although it's probably impossible. In theory, that could happen, but it probably won't happen. Now, in this game, you always want to try to attack someone from behind if you're able. If you can't attack them from behind, you want to attack them from the side. You almost never want to attack somebody from the front. If an enemy has a shield, they have the most chance to fully block your attack if you attack them from the front. If the enemy has a reaction ability, such as counter, it procs more often from the front than from behind. So attacking from behind is always safer. And as such, you always want to end your turn protecting your back. We'll go ahead and take this kill. Any experience or job points you get during this tutorial fight does not carry over to the main game, unfortunately. I'll throw a rock at him. So we successfully routed Duke Kultana's men, but unfortunately they were just a distraction.
The princess!
This way. Be quick. And try making a little less noise.
I'll not take orders from you!
You've quite a mouth on you, princess. Forgive me. 'Tis your birth and faith that wrong you, not I.
Hold there!
Is it truly him?
It cannot be!
Delita, he lives? But why does he fight under the banner of Duke Kultana?
Alright. So now that we've told you that story, let's go back in time a few years and tell you another. Now, the historian's going to recount the first moments Delita's name popped up in the history books, and that's when he attended this academy, military academy. Now, the history that he knows says that Delita attended it alone, but the history that he's uncovered shows that he and Ramza attended it together. In fact, Valida was Ramza's servant. See, Ramza was born into the noble house Beowulf. Very, very high-standing military family. And as such, they can afford servants to help them both on and off battle. And as students, we are told of the Corpse Brigade, a group of bandits and thieves that have taken to robbing just about everyone due to the high taxes and general injustice of the common folk by the noble class. And they've gotten so large and so big that they are finally a problem that the nobility and the military have taken notice of. So a small part of the Corpse Brigade was routed by the main Knight's forces, and some survivors have fled to this city where the Royal Academy is. And it's our job to clean up that mess. Okay. Now it's time to see what the game has given us in terms of party members. So normally after this last tutorial battle, you're gonna go and hire new people and re-roll their stats until you get some decent bravery and faith. You know, on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, we have like the character plate. It says Ramza, level 1. Below it's a squire, it's his job. Below that we have bravery and faith, both 70. 70 is what you're aiming for. That's pretty good stats for that's pretty good bravery and faith stats. For bravery, the higher your bravery, the more often your reaction abilities, like counter or block, will trigger. So 70, it's not actually 70%. You can think of it like 70%, but it's up there. And also, the higher your bravery, the more damage you deal. For faith, it's faith. A high faith is a double-edged sword. The higher your faith, the more damage and healing you do, but also the more damage you take. Damage and healing you take. So a character with 0 faith would take no damage from magical attacks, but they would also never be healed by magic. So 70 is about average for both. You'll have a good time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look about what party members they've given us, and that's going to be my party for the rest of the game until somebody dies. So if I get screwed with bravery and faith, that's going to be unfortunate. There's ways to increase those values, although it's a lot easier to increase bravery than it is faith. So hopefully we don't get screwed here. Alright, 5649. Okay. That's okay, faith-wise. He's a male character, which is not good for magic attacks. This game is a little bit sexist when it determines stat increases on level up. Females will gain more magic stats than males. It's not to say that male characters won't gain any magic stats, but a same level male black mage as a female black mage, the female will outdamage them. And the same is true for physical classes. Males are better in this game at physical work, so having a male character with high faith, could be worse. 5948. Okay, we're not doing good here. That's good. That's good. 72, female, yeah. Okay. okay. Alright, well. A little unfortunate. Looks like we're going to have mostly a female squad, and our females will have to be the knights. Nothing to it. Playing the game normally, this is just how it rolls. Not to say the game is going to be unbeatable with female physical characters, it's just I'm trying for a low-level playthrough, so any edge I could have been given would have been nice, but it looks like I'm not going to be given any edge at all. The PSP version of this game has this just real, terribly awesome translation. It's like, what have we here? We Muppets, is it? It's fantastic. Now, in this last tutorial battle, we have control over all of our characters. Delita is considered a guest character. We don't get control of guest characters, which is unfortunate because the more actions Delita takes, the less experience our characters are going to get. So the standard way of playing this game is to just kill Delita as fast as you can. Certain storyline characters don't really die. There is permanent death in this game, but certain storyline characters, because the story has to play out a certain way, they have plot armor. So instead of dying, they will just fall unconscious. Jesus. Ramza, as a kid, is just real high on the military family. Lay down your arms or die clutching them. None will mourn your passing. His noble upbringing really prevents him from ever considering the point of view from a group of thieves. Doesn't even stop to ask why they turned to thievery. I think I will kill Delita, turn 1. Oop. Not quite. So every time you act in this game, as long as you're taking an action and not passing your turn or defending, you gain JP and experience points. Experience lets you level up, JP lets you level up your jobs and learn new job abilities. So we want to maximize the amount of JP we get in this game. See here. We're going to try and get the high ground away from this girl up here. Alright, we do not currently have any abilities to let us attack from range with that character. Just slightly unfortunate. I'll take my chemist over here and attack Ramza. Because you get experience in JP even if you attack your own characters. We'll be taking advantage of that any way we can. Good. Okay. This girl has throw rock. So I'm going to throw a rock at Delita. Almost kill him. Let's see here. I can't really do anything with this character yet. No. So we'll just defend. Perfect. Now, if we leave Delita alive, he's going to use our potion to heal himself, and really that's just unacceptable. So someone's going to have to go back there and finish the job. Alright, we're going to go up top and battle over the high ground here. Now, here's the fun part. Rush has a chance to knock an enemy back. And it's possible we can knock this enemy off the roof and cause her to take falling damage. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Let's see what happens. Did not happen. It would have been hilarious if it worked, though. Nice. Let's talk about our starting jobs. You may notice that one of our female characters looks entirely different than the other female characters. It's because she, right now, is a chemist. She's an item user. All the other characters on the battlefield are squires. And the squires are just basic physical fighters. This is what a male chemist looked like. So he's going to try to use items on characters if we let him. Now, our chemist, just about dead. Unfortunate. But as long as she gets a turn, she'll be able to heal herself. I'm going to hide behind this corner here and use a potion. We will move this girl down here. This isn't the ideal place to be. Height is also a factor during combat. I'm going to have a slightly less chance to hit and deal slightly damage since I'm on the low ground. And if he decides to attack me, he'll do more damage to me. So, this is a risk, but it's the tutorial battle. Come on. How can you not? We'll just all gang up on this character here. Nice. So we left our squire alone. Now she's got 2 people to deal with. Thankfully that chemist is unarmed and just punching Ramza in the back doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Okay, thankfully Delita did not decide to use a potion there. Let's see here. Ooh. Okay. Well, I don't have a whole lot of options here. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that my chemist is able to throw a potion at me. I could. This may be a better idea. I think Ramza starts off with ability, yes. He can sacrifice his own HP to restore twice as much to an ally character. So this will cost me 10 HP, but I'll heal 20 to this character. Alright, and that gets us back in the fight. If I knew throw stone, I would have this chemist go and kill Delita. Well, I suppose healing Ramza is the best thing we can do. Now, normally you don't really want to be using this many items in the early game, especially what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a no grinding playthrough. This may come back to bite me later. So we can't get behind the chemist or to the side of him, so as a last resort, we'll attack him from the front. We have the high ground, so we'll deal a little bit more damage. Ow. That was significant. And you hate to see that. Just have the enemy heal themselves. Who heals themselves in the tutorial battle? Really? Alright. If he throws a rock at me, that's gonna be unfortunate. Okay. So above that girl's head now is a number 3. That means I have 3 of her turns to revive her, or she dies permanently. So now it's a race. I've got to get my chemist up there, have my chemist survive, and use a Phoenix Down on her. So I could go down here and try to throw a Phoenix Down up there, but throwing an item up to the roof on an ally that's on the ground is harder than on an ally that is standing, because it could just hit the side of the building and just waste my time. So I really have no choice but to come over here. I'm not dealing near enough damage to this chemist to actually make a dent in him. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to kill that chemist unless Ramza gets over there and deals the big damage. Okay. So now we got our chemist up here. We can revive our character. Now here's the real kicker. When using magic to revive someone, it does not have a 100% chance of success. The chance of success is based upon that character's faith level. So a character with 0 faith will never be revived with magic. That's why you also want to have relatively high faith. Okay. Let's just finish this guy off. We are looking pretty bad. I'm going to retreat. I wish I had stoned before I ran away. Whatever. Can you stone? You cannot stone. Okay. Let's try and retreat and pull them back to us. So you may notice the enemies have countdown timers above their corpses too. When an enemy dies, they'll either turn into a job crystal or a treasure chest. If you step on the treasure chest, you get one of their equipped items randomly. If you step on a job crystal, if they have access to jobs that you also have access to, and they know abilities that you do not, you can automatically learn all of their abilities. So it is somewhat beneficial to... Man, I really want to charge this, but that's not going to happen. It's somewhat beneficial to let corpses die. Do I have throw stone? No. Everyone needs throw stone in their life. It's really good. Alright, I am running out of potions. And this chemist needs a potion. And you also need a potion. Okay. We're going to pull back a little bit more. Alright, so that enemy dropped a treasure chest, which is fine. Man, there are so many people that need healing right now. Somebody needs to go kill that guy. Alright, we'll pick up this treasure chest. We got some clothing. Basic clothes. Alright. If I send Ramza in, he's going to get surrounded. Which is unfortunate. I do need to heal this person, though. He's just so much better at throwing rocks than I am. Alright. We'll head on up. Nice. Finish that guy off. We will. I'm gonna send this guy down here so he can start throwing rocks. Maybe. Nope, you don't have rocks. Unfortunate. I could kill the chemist here, and I probably should. There is a strategy where you leave the chemist alive, and then you just have the chemist constantly heal himself, and you just grind job points. Now that guy has a real strong rock throwing arm. So I'm worried for my chemist. I don't have any more potions, so if I need to heal anybody, Ramza will have to wish this girl healthy again. And he will. He'll have to. Let's try to knock this guy off. There we go. That'll protect her a little bit, and allow this guy to come in and get some hits on. Now, I would like some of these corpses to turn into job crystals before we finish up. But I don't know how viable that's going to turn out to be. Oh, that's unfortunate. We will attack Ramza for some experience. Okay. How are we looking at death timers? One turn, both one turn. I'll wait. I will risk taking one more hit. Got some more clothing. Not good, but not bad. Just waiting on these corpses. So I'm being a little risky here. If that enemy has gone next to the corpses of one of his friends, if that corpse turns into a job crystal, it also has a secondary property of fully healing them. So this could be dangerous. Treasure chest? No. More clothing. It's unfortunate. I could have used a weapon and a treasure chest. So yeah. Absolutely no actual job crystals. Just the worst possible outcome. You're level 1. You need the kill more than anybody else. And clothing all around. So this game absolutely hated me. So RNG really screwed us over there. You usually expect to see at least one job crystal that fight, but I didn't get any. And you usually get, like, at least a weapon from the treasure chest, but again, didn't get any. At least by beating this level, you do get guaranteed a mithril knife and a potion. So I'm out of potions, so I needed that. So. Alright, let's take a look at a party here. Alright, who did we decide to use? These 5? That'll be fine, okay. So, I believe the maximum number of friendly units you can take with you is 5. There may be a few battles here and there where they'll let you take 6, but most of the time it's either 4 or 5. So we're going to focus on training these 5 characters here. I would like Ramza to be a strong 1v1 fighter. I know from experience there's a couple storyline battles where he has to fight somebody one-on-one, so actually being able to win those fights would be helpful. This guy. I'll have him be a mage. And these two will be mages, these two will be physical fighters. So I need to change your job. Okay. Okay, so I can talk about this now. So, well, no, don't dismiss him. Abilities. When you act in-game, you get experience and you get job points. Now, if somebody on your party is a squire, everyone in the party gets a portion of the job points that squire gets. And also, if somebody in your party is a chemist, everyone in the party gets a portion of the chemist points they get. So what happened was, this guy right here got to level 2 chemist, even though he wasn't a chemist in this battle, which is fantastic, because we want him to be a mage. We're going to have him be black or white mage, doesn't matter. We'll have them learn stone. Allows them to have a 0 MP ranged attack. And as far as squire abilities go, JP boost is probably the best one a generic character can get. I think it either doubles the JP you gain per action or it increases it by 50%. Also move +1, just being able to move more is also really good. But these cost a crap ton of JP, so I don't know if that's realistic here. How you doing, chemist? Auto potion, if you have potions in your inventory, they will potion themselves after being hit as a reaction, which is okay if you have infinite potions, which I do not. And as a chemist, you have to learn how to use each item individually. So right now, he only knows how to use potions and Phoenix Downs. It wouldn't hurt to teach him how to use eye drops. That'll be it. Let's teach him some magic. Basic Cure. This is one of the few games where you have a 4th tier of magic called Curaja, or Firaja, or Thundaja, instead of just Thundaga. Regenerate is a pretty good reaction ability. When you get damaged, automatically cast a regen on yourself. We'll teach him some white magic, teach him all the black magic. Now, enemies in this game... Oh, I can't teach him all the black magic. That's fine. Enemies in this game have elemental strengths and weaknesses, but the weird thing about this game is that almost no enemy in the game is actually strong against thunder. There are enemies that are weak to thunder, but almost none of them actually resist thunder. So as just a normal playthrough, you can just cast thunder on just about everything and be okay. There are enemies that absorb fire or resist fire. There are enemies that absorb blizzard or resist blizzard, but nothing absorbs thunder or resists thunder, as far as I can tell. So, if you don't know what to cast, just throw some lightning at it. So knights in this game know how to break things and lower their stats. So they have specialized abilities that can actually break an enemy's equipment. So if you break their helm with rend armor or rend helm, that helm is gone. And enemies can do that to you too. Let's say you equip the golden helm and an enemy just walks up and casts rend helm and it succeeds. Your helmet is gone for the rest of the game. You have to go replace it. So this is really dangerous. You see some knight enemies, you don't know what abilities they have, they could wreck your face. Then they also have abilities that'll lower their speed, physical power, magical power, or destroy MP. Really good. So I think I taught him everything I want to teach him right now. I want to keep him as a squire for now. I'm going to give him white magic. A cure, the basic cure, only costs 5 MP, so he'll be able to cast cure twice, which is good enough. We want to keep people as squires for a little bit. I either want to learn move +1 or JP boost. It's going to take a battle or two. So we'll go ahead and do that with most characters. See, Ramza did not gain enough JP in Chemist to hit level 2. Unfortunate. The Treasure Hunter passive ability on Chemist, in every map in the game, there are certain squares that if you step on them, there is a hidden treasure underneath it. And if you have the Treasure Hunter ability equipped, you will pick it up at the end of your turn. Some of those treasures are really, really good. Some of them are just a potion. So, since I'm not going to be using items on Ramza, and I don't have any other movement abilities, I might as well learn the Treasure Hunter ability and equip it. So we have JP boost already. Not quite enough to have stone, which I probably should have gotten stone first. Oh well. Concentration is a good passive ability to have. It gives all of your attacks 100% hit rate, and they are unblockable. Alright. Let's learn an archer thing. So aim is like physical spells. Like in this game, spells have cast times, and they take a certain amount of turns to cast. Aim is a physical variant of a spell. You will charge an attack, and a certain amount of turns will pass, and then you will attack the square you target. Not the character you target, but the square you target. Now, during the time you are charging up your attack, it's possible that an enemy can move out of the square you're targeting, and your attack will just miss. So, these abilities right here are really powerful, but they're really situational. Even though aim +20 is a huge attack boost, it takes a long time to charge. So you always want to check the turn order and make sure your attack is actually going to hit the character you want to hit. So we're going to learn aim +1 because that is almost instant, and it'll give Ramza a bit of a boost. Throw stone. Protect and shell are okay, but MP is very limited. And until I get something like Osmose, where I can drain MP from somebody else, may want to hold off on those. Regenerate would be really nice to have as a reaction. Alright. We're going to keep her as a squire for now. I'm going to teach her white magic. Alright, this one's fine. I'm gonna keep her as a physical fighter so I don't need to have her learn any chemist abilities. In order to unlock Black Mage and White Mage, you need to have chemist at level 2. So I don't need to worry about that with her. She already has stone. I'll go ahead and learn defend. Alright, I need to change your job to Squire. You're going to be a physical attacker. Learn stone. And that'll be it for her. Alright. So we'll have everyone be Squire for 1 or 2 more battles, then we'll break off into our jobs that we actually want. I do want to have everyone learn JP up or move +1. Either or. Don't quite know yet. So I want to make sure our highest bravery characters actually have good equipment. So the Mithril Knife and the Broadsword deal the same amount of damage, have the same stats. It's just certain jobs can equip knives and certain jobs can only equip swords. Who else has a broadsword? I need to remove you guys. I'm not going to use you. Oh, and Delita. Get out of here. I'll give you a knife. Just cuz. Don't say I never gave you none. Alright. Let's go broadsword. You a broadsword, and you a mithril knife. That good? Everyone equipped. Everyone has abilities. Alright. So that'll be it for this episode. We did the tutorials, we went through our jobs a little bit, explained a few things, not in great detail, but enough. And next time we'll begin the actual game where there is actually death. I'll see you guys.